Hi there, hey there, ho there. We're as happy as can be. Eddie, Bob, Julio, another session of 3-Ball Walk.
What's up?
A lot of stuff happening. We got softball regionals starting this weekend.
Yep.
We got baseball wrapping up the regular season in college.
Yep.
And then we got Major League Baseball a month into the season and a lot of minor league baseball. A lot of people, you know, we talked a little bit about the Binghamton, what do they call it? The something ponies?
I have no idea.
I don't remember. I know.
They're like carousel ponies or
something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Gilded,
Rumble ponies.
Gilded ponies.
or something.
Yeah, with Tim Tebow and Peter Alonso. Peter Alonso has now become like a big time prospect. He is tearing it up.
Tearing it up. I saw that.
Tearing it up. And another and a few other people with the Mets. You know, excuse me, not with the Mets, with the Braves.
With the Braves. Well, I mean,
Your
you
boy.
Know, yeah.
Your new boy.
You know, it's like I didn't get to watch them, and they win. And if I happen to see them play, they get beat. So I'm not watching the Braves the rest of the
More
year.
extra base hits by a 19-year-old than anybody since 1901.
Yeah.
Who is that?
How do you pronounce his name?
Ozzy Albies. Yeah, and then Acuna too. I mean, both of them. I mean, but Albies is, in fact,
Which means one of those will be with the Yankees in 2 years. By the time they're 22.
probably. I mean, he's got 13 home runs right now too. I mean, he's tied for the lead with
And he's
with
like
Bryce Harper.
and he's like 4'10".
4'10", right? He's not very tall, but
He's like the shortest guy to hit.
I've seen him play one. I've seen him play one time this whole year because I watched the Braves lose, so I'm not watching the Braves anymore. I'm watching. I'll watch the Yankees or something.
That's pretty good. You should not watch the Braves.
I'm not watching the Braves.
You can watch one more. If they lose that one, then that's a trend.
Right. Well, I've seen him lose twice. I've seen him lose twice. So
Well, then, yeah, you can't
I can't watch him anymore.
And the Mets with their hot start, now in fourth place, still above 500.
Yep.
But they got to battle the tough Phillies and Braves.
I mean, who would have thought at this time of the year the Braves would be in first place?
The same people that thought the Phillies would be in second.
No one.
No one.
You know what? There's interesting, though, that I was looking at it, that the Braves have played fewer home games than anybody else in that division, which makes absolutely no sense.
None.
Well, because you always want to start off the season playing up
In the
north.
Northeast, right? Yeah. So it makes no sense why the Braves have played fewer home games than anybody else. But the fact that they're in first place and played fewer home games may bode well for them, and it may not, depending on how they play in the ballpark.
As long as I don't go to any of the home games, that'll be perfect.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, I certainly did not see the Braves sniffing first place anytime this season, much less being in first place. So that's a surprise. That is a real surprise for me. And the other real surprise for me is how bad Texas is playing.
Yeah.
I thought they would be a better squad. I really did. But they are in last place, and they're not looking like they're getting out of the cellar anytime soon.
No,
They got a lot of people to go over.
No, you're right, but then the to add insult to injury with the Rangers is they're playing in the same division as the Astros.
Yes, that doesn't help you at all.
You
Well,
know?
yeah, but they were competitive.
They were competitive, but the Astros and I think that was one of our unanimous who we thought would win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The other team that's up there, just one game behind the Astros, is the Mariners, and the Mariners, you know, now lost a big part of their team with Cano, but we laughed at the fact that they picked up D. Gordon and had 2 second basemen.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't laugh at it. I just said he had to move one guy.
He's going to get to move now probably because Cano's been up for 80 games.
All right, so what did Cano do?
He took a masking, what they claim as a banned substance. It's a masking agent called
Masking for what?
Masking for I guess performance enhancing drugs. And he says he said he had a medical problem and he got it from his doctor in a doctor in the Dominican Republic, and he's going to lose. He loses 80 games. He doesn't get. He's
about to have surgery for
his finger, for his hand.
He broke his hand.
But he loses 80 games. He loses $11 million on top of it, and he's ineligible for the playoffs if the Mariners should get there. I mean, it's and I was watching Baseball Network this morning. Tom Verducci basically says this cancels out his opportunity to get to the Hall of Fame. Because I think Cano was a Hall of Fame second baseman. I think that he's had that kind of career.
Why does that disqualify
because
him?
of this.
Anytime you get suspended,
the taint.
Why? No, you get suspended for drugs in baseball.
I mean, in his era too. I mean, other than Pedroia,
will it change? I think it will.
It will change eventually.
But you're not going to put in Cano before you put in Bonds and Clemens. Now.
No.
You're not going to put him in before you put in Sheffield.
And the other thing I read,
I guess if you think that that's a legitimate thing, but if it's a Lasix drug, I mean,
but it's a Lasix drug that's covering up something else.
And he said
it's like what's his face, the problem child wide receiver with the Gators, Antonio Callaway.
Oh yeah,
diluted sample. Why do you think his urine comes out all water? Because you sit there and you go, okay, if I drink 10 gallons of water, then my urine, it's not going to have traces because it's just going to be liquid. Well, guess what? If it's a diluted sample like that, it's considered a positive test.
Well, I just think, Cano, this doesn't help. It doesn't help that the doctor is from Dominican Republic. Sorry, no offense to the Dominican Republic.
Well, it's better than A-Rod's cousin.
Yeah, that watches.
It wasn't.
If you're from the Dominican Republic and you watch this show, no offense taken, but it'd be different if it was a team doctor who had prescribed it, or.
Podemos hacer esto en dos idiomas. We can do this in 2 languages if we find out that there's a lot of Dominican people out there.
Sure. Well, there are a lot of Dominican people. I don't know if they're watching.
They're watching this show, but
I don't know about that.
Maybe if we spoke more Spanish, there would be.
I cannot speak Spanish, so no habla español.
Okay, keep going.
No habla inglés. Well,
es muy pequeño.
so I think if that were the case, then maybe you'd have because there are reasons why. If you have some fluid around your heart, you have some fluid retention issues or whatever, if you were having surgery and then you had something left, some fluid that you wanted to get off, that sometimes doctors will prescribe Lasix, which is a legitimate reason to get the fluid off of you. If your blood pressure is a little high, and that's one of the things they will give you sometimes to see if it'll work.
And I'm sure if there was a prescription and a doctor had done that, that would have been taken into account.
One would think, but who knows with Major League Baseball? Do I trust Major League Baseball to do the right thing?
I did not take those drugs.
Well, yeah.
That's Rafael Palmeiro.
Yeah, he did. Well, that was his thing. So, but you can't. I don't think it's fair to lump everybody into
talking about those kind of guys. And I just mentioned Gary Sheffield. Did you see the news on Gary Sheffield yesterday?
I did not. And we cut Eddie off, but I did not.
That's all right. I'm done.
He was done.
I'm done.
No, what happened to Gary Sheffield?
Gary Sheffield and Mick Hubert, along with 5 or 6 others, got inducted into the Florida Sports Hall of Fame.
Good for him.
They will be inducted. Chef and Hubert, Mick
Hubert, good for him,
will be inducted next month in Pensacola.
How did Chef get in? Was he from Florida?
He's a Tampa.
Yeah, he's from Tampa.
He's a Tampa dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
You didn't? No way.
I did not know that.
He's from Tampa.
Dwight Gooden. Did you know Dwight Gooden?
Yes.
Did you know Dwight Gooden is Sheffield's uncle?
Well, that doesn't mean they're from the same state.
They grew up in the same house.
Well, I did not know that either. So there you go.
You knew that, right?
I knew that. I knew he was his uncle.
Chef's mom.
I know they did the same house.
Not Chef's mom, excuse me. Dwight Gooden's mom had obviously Gooden. That's why it's his mom.
Right, it makes sense.
And then had a girl also who wound up having Sheffield at a very, very young age. So Gooden's mother wound up raising them both. So
gotcha. Okay, so good. Congratulations to both Chef and to Mick Hubert.
Yep.
Mick's a good guy, good friend, so glad to see he's in there. Well deserved for a guy who's not an original Florida native.
That is correct. Came here from Illinois State, I read.
He did.
I didn't know that.
He was a Midwestern guy growing up, so there you go. Oh, my.
So that's what winds up happening. So D. Gordon, without Cano, will the Mariners still be in there? Or are the Astros just too good? Is Texas going to make the run, which is what started this?
Texas is done. Sorry, Texas will be selling.
They'll be selling
the trade deadline, I think, and I think the Mariners still have a shot.
One just got Zunino.
Yeah, one player doesn't kill you, but another player, I don't think they can sustain another loss. Let's put it that way.
Okay, and in that division, the Angels. Have you watched them or seen them?
I
have not.
I've seen Ohtani pitch twice, like I said last week. Pardon me. I have not seen him. I have not seen the Angels on television. I saw one at bat with Trout the other night. It was on like midnight. As I was going to bed, I was flicking the channels. But I haven't really seen them play since the game I watched.
They're right. They're right in there too.
In fact, all those teams are in it, which is kind of an interesting thing. That I think if they were the fourth place team, if they were in the Central, would be the first place team.
Without it, right. No, the Central and I still think Cleveland will get going there and everything like that. And
although Andrew Miller got tagged last night.
Did he?
Yeah, he got tagged.
He's got to begin to the end of his career. I mean, I love the guys from Gainesville guy, and all that, but he's long in the tooth. And I remember Kenny Rogers, the pitcher, not the singer, talking with, gosh, I never remember the guy's name. He pitched for the Mets. It was a little small left-handed pitcher.
Bobby Ojeda.
Franco. No, Franco was
No, this guy was from Florida, because he was down at South Florida working out in the off season, and he and Rogers were throwing long tosses and in the bullpen, and just happened to be standing around talking to him. He's like, "Hey, are you gonna, how long are you gonna play? You signed a contract?" And he goes, "Oh no, man, I don't think I am." He said, "I'm getting tired of this stuff." And Rogers said, "Dude, as long as I can walk, crawl, or somebody can roll me out there, if they're gonna pay me, I'm
there's some
okay
that
with
are
it."
like that, and there's some that won't.
And he was at the back end, and he knew it. I mean, but
Hey,
still.
Andrew Miller has only been playing in the majors about 11 years. I mean, do you really think he's at the end?
But
in today's era, that's a long time for a starting pitcher. And
or for relief is well,
a middle reliever, or closer.
Starting
maybe.
pitchers are at least looked after. And when I say that, not that the others aren't, but hey, you got your fifth day and you got your cycle and whatever. Middle relievers and closers, you're going to go out there when I need you. And I think, and you're going to give me max effort, 100% every pitch you throw, because you've only got about 10 or 15, 20 pitches max that you're going to wind up throwing. And look how many times he's been on the DL over the last couple of years.
That's it. I think your body starts to break down.
And that's what happens to all those, and no, he's very good. He's very, very good. But that type of pitcher,
long levers,
throws that throws 97, 98.
Yeah.
We mentioned last week there were 27 guys in the major leagues that can hit 100. Yeah. That's more than one a team.
I know.
Think about that. So it's not like, he throws 100. Well,
big deal. Everybody's throwing 100 these days. It's kind of like, somebody throws 90, you go, oh, big deal. Somebody throws 90.
The Chapman had 103 the other day.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing to me. I think the guns have gotten off.
Is that what it is?
I'm gonna stick with that. They're really not throwing any harder. Just the guns make them look.
That's hilarious.
Well, hey,
the guns make.
You didn't
them look
throw it by me. The gun was off.
The guns just make them look faster. Well, you got bigger guys, so that their twitch time's not as fast.
Okay.
So,
and any other division that interests you, that you like? And we did all this, and we didn't mention the Red Sox and Yankees.
Now we have. We only got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it's right now. Boston's a game back of the Yankees. I mean, and speaking of the Yankees, of course, Stanton got his 1,000th hit. Mr. Eddie, yes.
Just Yankees.
Oh, Yankees.
I believe y'all were Boston guys.
I was a Boston.
I am. I
believe y'all were on the Boston bandwagon.
I still think Boston's going to win it in the East. I really do.
All you Yankee fans, I'm still your guy.
I was the only guy. The one I'm liking. And even though they've kind of hit a little dry spell here, but is Arizona in the West. And I was the only one that went that way.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just thought they made a great run at the end of the last year. And
they're up by 2.5.
Solid. Are they still up?
Yeah,
they're up by 2.5.
They're still up. They're
4
and 6 in the last.
Well, yeah, but the teams that chase them both are 4 and 6 and 5 and 5. So clearly they've had to play.
And the Dodgers lost Kershaw, which should help them.
It should help them, but they still are way out of it.
Yeah, well, losing Seager was huge.
And Turner, I mean, they just lost too much to overcome. Yeah. You can't be playing a AAA team in that division.
No. And then the Pirates are in first place.
Yes.
Yeah, and hey, I ate lunch today at Big Mill's steak place. It's not cheesesteak. It's because that would be a Philly, and he's not a Philly guy. He's a Chicago guy. So he's a big baseball guy, and we were talking about
what's his name?
Big Mill.
Big Mill.
He's the owner. And that's his last name. But anyway, he's a real Cubs guy. And I asked him if his Cubbies could come back, and he says his money's on the Cubbies. He thinks they're going to do it. They're only a game back now, so they got swept by.
That was the one I went also just out of the blue.
And they came back and beat the Braves last night too. The Braves had that game won. Yeah,
Are you watching a lot of baseball?
I don't watch as much as I did last year, but I watch a lot. Yeah,
and I mean, we got a baseball show here.
Major League Baseball, I watch. I don't watch too much college.
That's what's interesting. I'm finding myself watching a lot of college baseball.
Yeah, I watch more in majors.
And later on in a month, obviously there won't be any college.
And then I'll watch MLB.
I never realized it until I sat there and go, wow, there's no college game on this. You know?
And I'll watch like when it gets to the College World Series and stuff, obviously, and as we get to the regionals, I'll watch that. I mean, I enjoy college baseball. I just watch the majors more, and I only watch what MLB's showing or ESPN or FS1 shows or Sports Florida because I don't have the package.
Hey, well, we'll talk about some of that and more when we come back in the second part. We'll be right back.